Welcome to the Root Cause Revolution podcast with functional and integrative nurse nutritionist and energy medicine practitioner, Audrey Christie.
Hey friends, welcome to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Audrey Christie. I'm a functional and integrative nutritionist. I have a master's degree in nursing and naturopath. And yeah, so I help people heal. So welcome. If this is your first time listening, I'm excited that you are here and I hope you find this useful. So today we're talking about juicing versus smoothies. Is there a difference? Is there one that's better? Is there one you shouldn't do? And the answer is yes to all of those. Okay. So you've probably heard a lot about juicing. You may have even seen my green smoothie recipe on Instagram. Celery juice feels like it's been a trend forever. I'm so tired of talking about celery juice. And if you've ever had it, you probably it doesn't taste good, right? But have you ever wondered if there are differences between juicing and blending, what they could be and when you should do which, right? With juicing and smoothies, the similarities are very, very simple. They're both healthy ways to get in more fresh nutrients from fruits and vegetables. And the key difference is really how they're prepared. So juicing separates the indigestible fibers from the juice itself. So it can help your digestive system avoid the strain of digesting or attempting to digest and passing those indigestible fibers, so it can focus on absorbing the benefits of the nutrients that are in the juice. When you juice, the nutrients are absorbed very, very rapidly, much, much faster than you can get them from eating. Or even if you're eating those same fruits and vegetables raw that you would put into your juice. If you have problems with fiber, if you have an irritable digestive system, and I mean a severely irritable digestive system, then juicing can be a way to get what you need. For everyone else, juicing is likely not necessary. Sometimes I'll recommend juicing for a small period of time with a specific goal. However, for most of us, we need those indigestible fibers because you have hormone imbalance, or you are on a weight loss journey, or you are on a different phase of gut healing, or maybe your gut is just not as damaged as as people that I would recommend using juices. A lot of people ask me about having celery juice in the morning, and it's not that celery juice is quote unquote unhealthy. It's just it's not a miracle cure, right? It can be used for certain things, but it is definitely not a miracle cure. Now, if you're using smoothies, which is what I recommend for most people, you are using a high-powered blender. It's likely not going to work in your $30 Walmart blender, but you're using a high-powered blender to pulverize, essentially, your produce whole. So you would take whole blueberries and whole spinach or kale or romaine or whatever greens you're going to use, and you put it in a blender and you blend it up until it is teeny tiny little particles of juice or a smoothie. I think it's really not a juice. It's much thicker than that. So it's a different feel on your palate. But you use the entire fruit or vegetable and its fiber. Okay. Generally you peel the fruits that you use. So my favorite thing to do is to take some water, about a cup of frozen blueberries, whatever greens I have on hand. Sometimes I'll just grab salad mix. Sometimes it's romaine. Sometimes I have frozen greens. That's a big tip. If your greens are going bad, just throw them in the freezer and use them for smoothies. Sometimes I'll use sprouts. Whatever I have, I'll put that in with the blueberries, and then I'll throw in half a banana, and it makes a really good smoothie. You don't need anything else. Packed full of nutrients, helps to detox your body, fortify your liver, all of those things. And potentially most importantly, it has all of the fiber in there. And fiber is key to a healthy gut. It is key to detoxing your body. So while you can get a lot of nutrients from juicing, again, not against it, it's not a daily practice. It should not be a daily practice for people unless you are on a very specific protocol. If you're not, then a smoothie, plus it'll save you money. You don't have to buy one of those $400 juicers. I will link in the show notes page my favorite juicer. On Amazon, I've had it for 7 years, and I have produced juice for myself, for my family, and even for local clients that were in need of juice for some specific reason. So it absolutely lasts forever. I have it linked in the Apothecary in the Root Cause Revolution membership. If you're in that membership, you get access to tons of discounts and all of those things. So it is linked up there, but I will also include this link in the show notes for this page. So you'll find that or for this episode, you'll find that at audreychristie.com/208. And if you're interested in the Root Cause Revolution membership, it is a monthly membership where we have a masterclass each month, a live Q&A each month, and a live energy session healing each month, energy healing session. How about that? Each month. And it's a really great group. And it's not on Facebook. So that's one of the things we changed in year 2 is that we don't do a corresponding Facebook group because there are people who aren't on Facebook. So it's all hosted in its own private membership portal. And the best part is you get all access to all 5 phases of the healing protocol so that you can DIY your own healing journey for, I believe it's less than $15 a month, or you can get the whole year for like a bigger savings. But definitely check that out, audreychristie.com/208, and I'll have that linked up under the show notes. So, as I was saying, you can get a lot of nutrients from juicing, but it's something that you should use every once in a while when there's a specific goal in mind. And that goal isn't just, inflammation and weight loss and healing and all of those things. That's a long-term goal. When there's a specific short-term goal in mind, what you want to do is use the blender, make a smoothie. Even if you use the same vegetables, you can throw some celery in a smoothie if you'd like. Peel it if you need to. So you want to peel apples, you want to peel cucumbers. You don't have to peel carrots, but those kind of things you want to peel. And then the blender breaks down the fiber for easier digestion. And so it makes smoothies a really good choice for most people because it does 2 things. Well, it does lots of things, but 2 main things that I want to focus on here today. It makes digestion easier. It prevents a spike in blood sugar. And because it still has the fiber, although more easily digested fiber, you are encouraging bowel movements. And we know that if you're not having a bowel movement 1 to 2 times a day, then you are in estrogen overload. And that leads to a whole host of other problems. So smoothies balance your hormones, they improve your digestion, and they are really fast to make, and they're easy to replace a meal with, right? They're very filling. I will make a whole blender full and sip on it from the time I get up until about lunchtime, right? It's very, very easy to get all of these benefits from smoothies. Now, a lot of people say, well, Audrey, I want the nutrients of the juice. Well, unless your gut is so disrupted that you require juice, and some people are, absolutely. A lot of people aren't. They're juicing because they saw it on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or somewhere where somebody said, you have to drink this juice every single morning, right? Or they read a book like the juicing, I can't think of the name now, but there's a book that is all, this guy only drinks raw juice, right? And so, yes, you can get your nutrients that way, but the other piece of the puzzle, you still get your nutrients from smoothies. So if you were going to rank how to absorb nutrients the fastest, at the bottom of the list, the slowest, is to eat the raw vegetable. There's still important reasons to eat the raw vegetable if you can. The next one is smoothies, and then the fastest way to get the nutrients is juice. So a combination of smoothies and eating the vegetables raw or cooked is what I recommend for almost everyone, even on a healing journey. Again, like I said, there are clients that come in, there are patients that come that are so dysregulated in their digestive system. Their gut is so beaten down that they do have to do juicing for just a little bit so that they're getting the nutrients that they need. Okay. Now, if you want to get the full benefit from whatever it is you're using, either the juice or the smoothie, there's something very, very important to know. Drink it immediately. And if you can't drink it immediately, you have to fill up like a mason jar with the juice all the way to the top. Don't let any air in there and twist it shut. And I would not keep it for more than 48 hours. When you blend or juice, the most nutrients are available to you within about 15 to 30 minutes. After that point, those essential nutrients start to slowly break down. And then it goes all the way to beyond slowly breaking down and oxidizing to spoiling, right? So you want to make sure that you are breaking it down, that you are drinking it, taking it in really, really quickly. Now, sometimes I will recommend somebody make it the night before, for example, but I definitely wouldn't keep it much longer than that. So you can put it in a sealed jar and keep it from having any contact with air or light. But the best and most nutrient-dense juice is fresh juiced or fresh smoothie. And then I touched on this a little bit before, but whether you're using a juicer or a blender, you want to make sure you have the right equipment. The differences can be subtle, but if you prefer juicing, you make yourself a quality juicer. If you want to add juicing, I just wouldn't use juicing all the time. But if you wanted to add juicing, you could get yourself a quality juicer, and it needs to be a cold pressed juicer. Again, I'll link that up, and you can get that Amazon link. That's where I got mine. It's a Omega juicer. Again, it's lasted for years and years and years. It's made gallons and gallons of juice, and it's easy to clean, which is the easy part. So then the second thing is a blender for smoothies. You want to have, the Ninja works well, but if you have a Ninja, you can't grind seeds into it. So if you want to be able to grind seeds, then I recommend getting a Blend Tech blender. Very, very expensive. You can sometimes find the old ones at thrift shops. I have an old one for making herbal blends. But that can be, like I said, the Ninja is kind of a less expensive version of it, but it doesn't last quite as long. So let me know. I'm going to post about this on Instagram. Let me know if you prefer. What do you think? Juice or smoothies? Which one do you prefer in taste? And I'm telling you which one you should prefer for your health. And if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer those. Don't forget that I'm always, always, always rooting for you, friend. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. Be sure and subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated.